Hey guys, Malkuth1974 coming back at you with another Let's Play of Kerbal Space Station. What's the space station? Why do I keep saying that? Kerbal Space Program. Let's show you guys a few things that's going on. I keep trying to build a plane. Actually, I was trying to build a helicopter, but it didn't work out so good. Where is it? Was this it? Oh yes, I was trying to build a helicopter. Can't figure out how to get these off. I don't know how people are doing, like stock. This isn't really stock parts, but I don't know how people are doing the stock parts and getting these things off the ground. But this was just a little attempt to see if it would actually fly. And all it does is spin. This one's probably not spinning fast enough. This was my very first attempt. There's a little Kerbal on there. He's spinning around using expanded stock parts mod. Yeah, so that didn't work out too well. And then I just started messing around for an hour or so, and I ended up coming up with... Hey, Kasha, how you doing? This was a helicopter, but then I turned it into a type of glider plane. I was like, hey, this would be cool if I can actually get it up. And what I needed to do was get its center of lift, center of mass in the same spot, and I sort of did it with using that wing, but center of thrust is right there. Don't know. This doesn't work out very well. This is what happens to me when I launch this baby. Let her land in. There we go. And we will get her up. Let's see if I can't quite turn. It's turning off. Oh! Oh! He almost looked like he was gonna make it there. Well, oh well. Yeah, so I've never had luck making planes. I've just about given up on even trying. So, today's mission, we are tasked with reoccupying my original moon base that I had there. And the way we're going to do that is that we are going to send my new lander there to test it out. This is a test lander to see if it works, for one, and to see, obviously, if it works. But this is going to be going to DUNA, and it will be going with, show you guys, my interplanetary vessel that is docked at Freedom Space Station over in Minmus. That's the fueling station. Done some changes here. That's the new one. I just launched that last night. Got rid of the older one. That's the ship right there. It's got, from the expanded mod, the bigger nuclear engine and 3 of the smaller engines. This thing has 5,650 M/S or Delta V that it can possibly do, so it can pretty much get anywhere in the Kerbal system. And right now I have, so if you guys are wondering about that space station, Freedom Station, yes, I did fix it. I finally got a new tug out there. I finally got both ends, as you guys already saw on there. A little bit of a video here of me finally getting that together. Whole new design tugged. Brought some extra Mod Pro with me. Got her all set up. And everything's working great on that now. As for my old tug, I decided to basically deorbit it and crash it into MunBase. There we go. And speaking of other planetary vessels, on the way to DUNA right now, on the way It just started its flight. Is this baby my automated Cathane miner? It's on its way right now to DUNA. It'd be my second trip to DUNA. The first trip I did to DUNA, I actually sent a whole ship, a manned ship that was a Cathane miner and manned. I ended up sending it back because I was having issues. For some reason, it wasn't mining the Cathane. Don't know if I had, but this has been tested. I've tested this on MunBase before it actually went anywhere, so that should be working fine now. So let's do some. Don't ever hit that end flight. I know I keep saying that every video, but it's such a bad thing. Alright, station. Now for the mission to resupply our moon base. Now the moon base I'm going to is one of the first moon bases I ever made in this save file when I first started playing Kerbal Space Station. And what I'm doing now is I'm lining up for a manual burn to the moon. This is something I've learned from Scott Manley. He's probably one of the best Kerbal Space program players out there. He gives a lot of good information. If you guys don't know about him, go check him out. But basically, I wait for the moon to show up. I burn pro grade, and it will get you right to the moon every time. Something I learned from him. Really smart guy, knows a lot of good stuff. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be playing this game right now, because I think he's one of the first videos I watched, and really nice guy. Really do enjoy his videos. So I know you don't hear Let's Players talking about other Let's Players, but I don't really care, so it's not what I do this for. I do this for fun, and I don't mind telling people who I've learned stuff from. So yeah, if it looks like it's going fast, again, I have this in super speed, doing the commentary now after everything is done. Just getting everything set up for, look at that, it's even a perfect inclination on the moon and everything. I've never done it that way before. That was the first time I ever did it. After watching a couple of his videos, and he keeps going to the moon in his reusable spacecraft program, and that's how he does it, and obviously it works great. So you guys want to know how to get to the moon real easy? That is how you do it. So this lander has a extra part to it. It's normally not there. I just added that to my spacecraft to get it to the moon. I didn't want to use the fuel from the actual lander to get it there. Obviously, when the next version of this actually goes to DUNA, it will be taken by my interplanetary vessel that I showed you in the beginning of the game. I am using MechJeb to set this up. I don't need to do the landings. I learned later that I probably should not have used MechJeb, because if you do anything slightly, like I'm going to show you that I've done in here, it'll totally mess it up, and I had to actually get to the base on my own. I'll show you guys what happens here. But what happened past there, I had to transfer the fuel from that old thing. I don't know why the fuel is... What happens when you have a docking node as a separator between two parts is that it will still suck the fuel from the other part you don't want it to. So you have to shut off the fuel to do that. Right now I'm just setting up MechJeb at the coordinates I want it to land at. Pretty simple system to do. MechJeb really helps. When you do a lot of stuff like I do in here, I'm always landing and always taking off, and I mean, I literally got 20 to 30 ships. I think right now it's only about 20 ships that I'm using. And I'm also noticing right now that, oh, I need to get rid of this extra part here. And this is where I kind of make the mistake with MechJeb. You don't want to mess with your ship when MechJeb is in automation mode, because it's basing everything off the current weight of the ship on how it's going to land. So what I do here is I'm like, oh, I need to get rid of that thing. It'll just crash into the ground somewhere. I should be doing it here in a second. I'm thinking I'm going to wait until I know that it's going to crash into the ground, for it's not floating around in space. Oh, and there goes MechJeb. It's done. Oh, I want to actually time accelerate it right now until we get closer. MechJeb's going to do its correction burn. Yeah, so I've already been to DUNA once. Like I said, I used a caffeine miner that was automatic. Oh, here I go. I'm going to actually decouple it right here. I'm thinking, is this going to work? Am I going to crash into it? Ah, screw it. Let's try it. So I hit it, and all of a sudden MechJeb shuts off. I'm like, wait, why are you stopping? Well, it's just because I totally messed up the whole craft right now, because now it weighs a lot less, and MechJeb is confused, even though it's still automated. And I'm trying to figure it out. Basically, the way I end up fixing it is I hit the land at target button again, and it comes back. So anyway, the first ship I sent to DUNA was manned, 2-manned. I landed on DUNA and took off, and I landed on DUNA's moon, and I was having issues trying to get the caffeine miner to work. It wouldn't pick up any of the caffeine. I thought I was landing in the right place, but that's where I just corrected it right there on this, and there she goes. She's working again. So yeah, but that mission ended up failing. I had to bring it back, and it couldn't mine and all that stuff. So the new mission, I'm using an automated miner to get there, and after that lands, I'm going to send the manned mission there to land this there and set up a orbital base. So you can tell I'm totally off now on my landing. I should have landed way over there. And yeah, it's going a little bit fast. I apologize for that. Just try to get the video going. And we land. And I decide, well, I'm way too far away. Screw this. I turn on the kill rotation to help me control this a little bit. And now I'm basically manually flying it over to the base. So if you guys ever mess up, don't be afraid to do it this way. The way I design my landers is that I make it for their landing legs are really spread far apart, for it doesn't tip if I hit the ground a little bit too hard. Sometimes when you hit it at an angle, or you're below above 3 ms or so, it tends to tip things over when you use the taller ships. But I usually designed all my landers where they have a wider base for that doesn't happen. And you want the center of mass to be down lower, in between where the 3 engines intercept right there. That's how that ship works. And over there you can see the next part of the mission, which we'll get to, is a small lander. That originally landed way before I started these videos. One guy landed. He came. There used to be a rover here. Now he drove the rover all the way to the fuel depot that is on the moon. I only have one ship left there. There's really no fuel depot left, but that's what that lander's for. So one of these guys is going to get out. He's going to go put the ladder down, and I want to go put him in the living quarters over there. We can get a better look at this base while he's walking over there. That tall structure is actually the light tower, so when we're on the dark side, it's dark. The light lights up that whole area. So in the middle is the tower. On the right is the original lander that I used to land the original crew here. And then on the left, that is the living quarters. Now how I ended up moving a lot of these stuff around is I had a self-made rover that would dock with it and move these things. All of them have wheels under them, plus the landing gear. So if you lifted the landing gear on this, you can see the wheels on it right here. It would be able to move. You can actually move it independently too with just the engine. So this guy is going to get out. He's going to go get the small lander, because we want to bring that closer to the base, because eventually he or the other guy is going to fly that small lander up to the moon base that I have. So I do have a moon space station that is a fuel base. Fueling on the moon for me has totally ended in the support of the MunBase operation. And the MunBase operation, if needed, can supply fuel to the base that I have orbiting the moon. It would take a lot less delta V to do that than it would using anything off of the moon. So, oh, he hit his head trying to get up there. So basically, I'm going to do another manual burn over to the base here. Make sure I should have more than that, and I'm trying to figure out why it says I have that much. But if you notice real quick, if you look at my lines, the design flaw in this one is that I have the lines backwards. They're going from the center tank to the outer tanks when they should be going from the outer tanks to the center tank. So basically, those outer tanks are all filled up right now, and the center tank's just the one using all the fuel. So I'm going to manually, I'm going to realize this in a second, and I'm going to manually transfer all the oil, as much of the fuel as I can to the center tanks. There's plenty in there. I don't really need to even mess with this. And that's about it for this video, guys. I'm just going to finish up this refueling thing here. As always, thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, rate, tell me any ideas you guys might have. What do you think of the videos? This video was a combination of commentary during it, which was the beginning, and commentary after. So anytime I have to speed up the film, I'm going to have to do the commentary after, so I can't do that while I'm playing. So that's the big, huge difference there. And we're going to get this guy to his base, and we're going to take a nice look at the base from a good angle, and we're going to call it quits. So thanks for watching, guys. This is Malkuth 1974. We'll see you later. Have a great weekend.